In this video, I'll be answering a question that I hear a lot. Can those cheaper brushes that you see online hold up to miniature painting? To put this to the test, I ordered an $85 airbrushing compressor kit off of Amazon that includes everything that you need to get started. My only criteria is that it had to be under $100 and dual action. Let's take a look what I ended up with. Alright, let's see what we got in this box for $85. Alright, so first of all, we have compressor or airbrush in a box. Some decent looking braided hoses. Some cleaning tools, which are really nice. Instructions and instructions. The compressor itself, which is very, very, very small. Seems like it's very well built. And our brush holder to actually hold the airbrush on. A moisture trap. And a power adapter for the airbrush compressor. So, the airbrush itself seems like it's pretty good quality overall. It's dual action. Has a pretty good stiff switch. Decent size. Seems pretty well built. Very much the same as the Iwata Nia that I have now, build quality wise anyway. Something I wasn't expecting is a quick release. I don't know if there's actually a quick release valve in there anywhere, but we'll see where we go. Quick little eyedropper, which I'll focus here. I don't have one of these right now, but it's going to be really nice for cleaning it out. It's pretty cool. Pretty simple moisture trap. You can connect that onto the airbrush here, or you can put it onto the compressor, whatever you prefer. I think I'll end up, that'll give me a really nice grip actually, I think. That's the same fitting I have on the Iwata Neo as well, which would work really well. Cool. These are the same cleaning tools I already have. It's nice to have a second set of these though, because you never know when you'll need more. So you have a needle cleaner. Cleaning out the actual needle itself. And then a couple pipe cleaners and brushes. The hose. Really nice quality, surprisingly, for what it is. Full braided construction. Seems like it has pretty decent seals on there. And it's the exact same fitting as Iwata uses, so that'll actually work with my Neo as well, which is really nice. And on the compressor, simple on-off button. You have your pressure gauge, which is good. The only downside is you don't know how much pressure you're putting in exactly, but you can get a gauge for that. And then pretty standard power adapter. Okay guys, so I took a little bit of time here to set up the airbrush and checked out the compressor a little bit already with my other airbrush just to see how it works. Seems like it's pretty good so far. So I'm going to mix up a little bit of paint in the new airbrush and see how that runs now. So I'm going to be using a little bit of ultramarine blue from Vallejo Game Air with a little bit of flow aid added in just to kind of give it that extra flow. And I'm going to mix that separately before I actually put it in. I just want to get a nice milky consistency on my paint. No real set consistency for that, just need to keep playing until you get the right one. And just going to pour that into the airbrush. And turn on the compressor, which as you can see is pretty quiet. It's not too bad at all. So first of all, I'm just gonna adjust my pressure. Alright, already getting a bit of a jam, so let's pull this apart again. Alright, so took a little bit of time and checked it out, and it turns out that one of the seals were a little bit loose, so I tightened it back up. And I did manage to get it to spray, so I reset, and let's give it a go. So, airbrush compressor is still pretty quiet. I already got a little bit of air out, or a little bit of paint out, so that's nice. Alright, so start with a couple little lines. So my line work's not that great with an airbrush, so bear with me. So pretty good. A little bit splotchy here, but you gotta really watch your airflow with an airbrush anyway. So it's not bad for about a $35 airbrush. So let's just try. It's pretty good. I actually don't mind this whatsoever. It's not as nice as my Iwata, but it's still pretty good for a $35 airbrush. Get some pretty fine lines, so that's pretty good. Alright, so I'm going to change out the paint here and get some primer in, and I'm actually going to prime a Mini doing this just to see how it handles minis. Alright, so I switched out the airbrush over to some primer. I'm using some Vallejo Surface Primer. I find it pretty good, and I have it mixed down with my Flow 8 as normal. And I have this little Tau shield drone here that I'm going to give a quick little prime job to. So let's take a look, see how this works. So it's coming out pretty smooth already, so that's pretty good. Alright. That was pretty good actually. Wow, I'm actually quite impressed. So we have a nice little primed shield drone here now. So went down pretty smooth. I'll get some close-up pictures and post them up here as well, but I'm pretty happy with that. Wow, that's actually pretty good. So I played a little more with the airbrush off camera, and here's a few things that I noticed. The airbrush jams a little easier than my Iwata Neo. That's normal since it's a smaller needle. During cleaning, it's about the same as the Iwata Neo. The only downside is that the reservoir doesn't come off, therefore it makes it a little more difficult to clean that part. The compressor does take a little bit of getting used to, but once you figure out the pressure gauge, it seems pretty good. It outputs pretty consistent pressure. Overall, although it's not quite as good as a more expensive airbrush, it's still going to give you passable results when it comes to priming or base coating, or even some detail work. I've provided a link in the description of where you can buy this brush. If you enjoyed this content, make sure you like this video and subscribe for more content. In the meantime, thanks for watching and happy gaming.